Could this have been the best Thanksgiving ever? Ever? I'm Troy Garris at Garris Horn. This is the Mortgage Banking live stream. Welcome. This is the Mortgage Banking live stream. Today is November 30th, 2020. I'm Troy at Garris Horn, and we are here not just to entertain, but to connect you with people and information, to educate you. And normally we talk about politics, we talk about business, we talk about regulation, but not today. Today is going to be one of those times where we get a little more personal. We sometimes do this, and I just want to say that this is a very important message because it's really the reason that people do anything that they do in life anyway. If you have any questions, if you want to contact me, phone number and the email addresses are down in the description of the YouTube channel just below this live stream, and feel free to send in if you want a topic that we get on the live stream here. Happy to do that. Just let us know what you want to hear about. We'll try to address any topic that pertains to the mortgage banking live stream and get that information on there. And actually, this was one of those items that kind of popped up through conversations with people that I talk with here on the live stream. And I'm happy to do this one in particular. As we get going, a couple shouts out. Joy McGee, thank you very much. Great to see you here. Joy, as always. Jeff Bolin. Jeff, I hope you guys had a great time. Love seeing what you guys do out there. Jeff, by the way, and his wife are some of the people in the mortgage banking industry who not only do great things in business, but also do great things in the community. And thanks, Jeff, for everything that you do. Doreen Gusar, Doreen, great to see you here as always. And we hope that you had a great time as well. So what was your holiday like? That's going to be the question here. What was your holiday like? And we're in the holiday season, right? So what we just had Thanksgiving, just had, Thursday was Thanksgiving. Of course, a lot of people took off on Friday, and a lot of people made it a long weekend. Some people are still out, in fact. But what was your own holiday like, and what will it be this coming December when there are a lot of the holidays that people celebrate? Myself, I'm super safe. My family here, my little family, the immediate family, we're super safe. We're very lucky. At least with COVID, we've been able to avoid any of the COVID exposure, or nobody's had it yet that's close in our family. Very fortunate for that. I think part of the reason is because we are very safe, but also part of it is just luck. I still go shopping. I still occasionally go and meet friends in outdoor areas and have a lunch with them, and but just very, very cautious. Same with my family. I have some frontline people in my family. I have people in the police department. I have people who are teachers. Frontline people, and these are the kinds of people that they're not really able to control all that's going on around them, and far less so than I can. Yet we've still been fortunate, really is the best way to say it, that we've been able to avoid, our family has been able to avoid anything like that. It's not true for everybody, and I understand that, and I respect that, and my heart and thoughts go out to people in that regard. But this holiday, this Thanksgiving, I couldn't be with my mother. I couldn't be with my peeps, my brothers, my sister, their families. It was different, right, than any other prior year. My kids and I celebrated the weekend before because they were going off to their mom's house for the actual week of Thanksgiving. So we celebrated in advance. We just figured out that have to do this a little differently, and that was fine. We did it. We had a great time. We did Thanksgiving. A lot of people know that I love to cook, and we did that a little differently this time around too. If you want me to tell you what we did, give me a shout, and I'll let you know. But really, what we focused on here this year in particular, and we try to do this every year, but really in particular this year, we try to focus on how to make this the best Thanksgiving ever. And the reason is that there's only so many times that you get to do this, right? Now we know that a lot of people have been hurt this year. A lot of people for COVID or other reasons have in fact lost people this year or been drastically affected. We know that that there are a lot of other people who suffered other ways, but even those people, if you've lost somebody this year, our heart and thoughts and prayers go out to you, and we know that is a very difficult thing, and there's nothing that words can do to help with with bringing somebody back who's not there with you. But I will tell you that in that regard, even those people, and I really do believe this is how I try to live my life, even those people, that they really can make this the best holiday season ever. And it's not because it's a callousness towards the pain, the suffering that people go through, but rather it's because if you think on the times that the special times, the amazing moments that you've had with people, you start to think about, this really was something that I cherish and something I should cherish and focus on in terms of how I experience life. Same thing, if you celebrate the rich times that you spent with that person or those people, the people around you, and then it gives you a cause to pause for a moment and think about how you're going to celebrate and spend time focus on the richness with the people that are around you right now, and how to not let the memory of those people, even if you've lost somebody, how to not let the memory of those people fade over time, because the people that you love, they stay with you, and by focusing on those happy memories, you can keep those in mind. You can share that with other people. Same thing if you've lost a job this year, and there are a lot of people who have suffered either declining wages or even lost jobs. But opportunity is not lost. The opportunity is there. If you've suffered a downturn economically because perhaps you've lost a job, take this as a moment to see the opportunity and do something perhaps that is more stable. Perhaps it will get you more satisfaction. I was at a party with one of my friends, actually one of my friends who helps, who I see a lot on the live stream here. I was at one of his birthday parties several years ago now, and around the table, there were a bunch of people around the table. And around the table, every person around the table, except me, and I'm not saying I'm special for this reason, it's just how I look at life. Every person around the table said they did not like their job. And my thought is, if you don't like your job, figure out a way to do something different. Either in that particular job or do a different job. There's a reason to go through life unhappy. There's just not. And money is important. Money is very important. I understand that. And some people value it more than others, and I understand that. And I certainly have no monopoly on how to view that. But I will say that if you wake up and you don't like what you're doing, or if your job if you've gone through a riff, or your hours are declining, whatever's happening to you in a negative way, make it better. Just make it better. You can. There's certainly opportunity out there. Opportunity for every single person. And that way you can make this the best year ever. Same thing if there are people that suffer disabilities, and I'm not downplaying that either. Because I am fortunate to have health, and I have been fortunate. My family has always been healthy. We try what we can, we do what we can, we eat healthily, we try to, I love cooking, so I cook a lot at home, and I try to focus on making sure that we have a good diet and everybody is healthy in that sense. But there are things that happen. There are people that are car accidents. My brother's in a car accident actually just over the weekend, and hit by a drunk driver. He's safe. He's healthy, fortunately. He's banged up a little bit, but The opportunity is not lost, even if you suffer some sort of catastrophic disability. I mean, you see these people on YouTube who have very unfortunate circumstances. There was a guy. In fact, I'll tell you, there was a guy. One of the people who inspired me to this day. I don't even know his name, but it was a guy that I saw as I was moping around as a university student. I can't remember what it was. I was in a bad mood that day, and something wasn't going right. Either I didn't do well enough on something, or something was coming up I hadn't studied enough for. Whatever it was inconsequential, really. But I saw a guy who had in a wheelchair who had been trying to get down the steps at my university, and it wasn't ADA compliant, probably grandfathered in, and he had fallen over in his wheelchair trying to get down the steps to get to class. Nobody's there to help him. Nobody, he couldn't help himself get up very well at that moment. Fortunately, he wasn't banged up very badly. But at that moment, I thought, what do I have to complain about? Here's a guy who has way more trouble than I have. And I helped him up. He said thanks, went off to class, he didn't complain, and my day was better because of that. Even those people can make this a better year. Whatever you do, make this a better year than ever. And next year will be even better. Maybe there are people out there suffering relationship-wise that, they haven't been able to maintain relationships. There are also separations, divorce. I'm divorced. Separations, divorces, things like that happen. We understand that. Take this moment to reflect on making this the best year so far, no matter what, because it will always get better if you focus on that. And then make this year better, and next year better, and the next year better. And you will enjoy your life, appreciate your life better for that way. We're not going to do anything else today. This is it. This is the only message, really. The public health people tell us to protect ourselves, not only really from COVID, this is just good practice. The public health people tell us, wash your hands, 2 times the birthday song. That's a good idea anytime. Don't touch your face. Stick with your peeps, the people inside your house, celebrate with them, have a great time. Stay 6 feet away, wear your mask. Have you ever been in that situation where I know I've done this, and it's happened to me any number of times, but I talk a lot, and when I'm around people, I get excited, and I talk a lot. And have you ever been in one of those situations, I'm sure everybody has, where you're talking, and things are going on, and suddenly you see this little bit of spittle or saliva or something that's like fly through the air, and if you're close to the other person, it lands on their coat or their shirt or something, you go, oh my goodness, like what just happened? I hope they don't mind, and I hope that they are not offended. But I think that's happened to everybody. Well, that's what causes COVID. It is. That's it. If you keep your mask on, covers up, won't allow that spittle to fly onto other people, and that's a good thing. Keep your house and cars clean. I wipe mine down with these little Clorox wipes. Stay alert for symptoms. I had a great friend, one of the supporters here of our live stream, by the way, and yeah, I'm talking about you, Mark Raskin. And Mark and I were supposed to have lunch with some friends the other day, and he said, I want to be careful, and I had a runny nose or something the other day, and I just want to make sure. So he went and got tested, and but he said, I'm gonna skip on lunch here because I just want to be safe. Smart move. I appreciate it, Mark, and we will see you. He didn't have COVID. He just basic runny nose sort of a thing, and he's just being ultra cautious, and I appreciate that because he's thinking about me. Thank you for all the support. Thank you to all the people that show up here at the live stream and like what we do and give words of encouragement, and I hope you figure out a way to make this holiday season the best one yet, and then next year will be even better. This is the Mortgage Banking live stream.